Hey guys, I'm back with another review here. Today we're going to look at 4 different Zecters. We're going to be looking at the CSM Kabuto, Kabuto Zecter version 1.5, the Gattack Zecter CSM, and the CSM Hyper Zecter, along with the CSM Hopper Zecters. Last time I reviewed all my DX ones for Kabuto. Now I'm going to review all my CSMs for Kabuto. So yeah, we're going to be taking a look at that. Obviously, the only one I don't have is the original Kabuto Zecter and the dark Kabuto Zecter. But let me bring out the Daiza so we can start looking at these on the belts. First, of course, we're going to start with Kabuto. So here we have the Kabuto Zecter and the belt piece. I actually don't remember what the belt name was called. But yes, this is the belt that comes with it. Putting him up to the side. So you can tell because it has the the red ones. This is where it ejects to leave it. I think it's cool that this main piece is the same size as the deluxe version. So technically, if you had a deluxe, you can use it on the CSM belt and vice versa. Coming in over here, we have the how they like freeze time and stuff. Basically, there's way they speed up. Clock up pad, there you go, I forgot the name of it. But it actually is push activated. This isn't pushed, you'll push like the whole thing, so you'll hear and it'll go on for a while, and then if you hold it, it'll make the clock up sound again, but it'll be with like battle sounds in the background, like people fighting. And I think that's pretty cool. And then coming around to the back here, you have Kabuto. This other side. So this is actually that came with the CSM Hyper Zecter. I just put it on just for now. But the other one that usually comes looks exactly like this pad, but doesn't do anything. So coming into the back, the CSM Gattack comes with the same type of belt. Only difference is this color. And I believe his clock up pad makes a slightly different sound. And obviously he doesn't come with this. He comes with the regular one. Like I said, this is just from the CSM Hyper Zecter. So bringing in the Zecter himself. He's pretty cool. I like him. Like the die-cast metal on his horn. I think it's pretty awesome. Like the 1, 2, and 3 there. Looks really nice. I think that's cool. And on-off switch is right there. Turn it on and you get sounds every time you push the button. It's actually, when you push 1, it's kind of like before you put it on the belt, so it actually makes it shorten the sound. Then here you have number 2. So basically, when you push number 3, it's as if the Zecter is coming to you. And then you hit number 1, like as if you catch it. So do it again, you get. And then you can double press 1 again, put it on the belt, and it starts the transformation sound. So pushing any button after you push 3 gives that catching sound. See? That's about it. And then if you pull the horn, it'll say the same mistake. You can do that. It actually lights up too, sorry. Doesn't light up when you push anything else. So let's go ahead and henshin. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and henshin. We're gonna do it first while pushing the number 1. To show you how like it shortens the transformation. So I'm actually gonna lower the camera a bit. Yeah, so then we're gonna release it. And you get the sound whenever he flies away and stuff. And we're gonna do it again without pushing the number 1 to see the difference. I might have been mistaken. I think pushing 1 first activates it and it makes the longer henshin sound. My bad. So next we're gonna cast off. Well, actually first let me show you what happens when you push the buttons while in this form. That's him walking. So that's just about it. Now let's go ahead and cast off. So we'll get I think that's always cool. And then of course you can always put back on. Which I think is cool. So casting off again, but this I'm doing quickly. I think it's awesome. And then you can also, of course, you know, once you hit the numbers, you'll start your rider kick. So let's go ahead and do that. So I think it's cool because in the version 1 for the Kabuto Zecter, whenever you had the horn in that orientation, like waiting as for the rider kick, that's when it does the charge sound. When you had it fully down, it wouldn't do the charge sound until you had it out like that, I believe, and then you do it. So in this one, it's as soon as you do 1, 2, 3, it'll start making the charge sound after you have the horn down. So we'll try that again. Which I think is still so awesome. And then of course, that's Kabuto's only form for the majority of the season until he gets his final form, which comes from the Hyper Zecter. So pushing you back a little bit. This is the Hyper Zecter. It's very like top heavy when you try to lay it down. So it comes with this little black piece that you put right there. That way it holds it. Because this horn, this whole like assembly piece is die-cast metal. I think like it makes it feel really sturdy and it feels really nice. So of course this is a pad, so you can push it. It's really just about it. You turn on-off switches are here. Turning it on, you get what you get, and then you know. So basically, as soon as you turn it on, it's ready to be used. So of course, you're gonna put it in that slot. This buckle piece comes with this Zecter. Whenever you buy it, it doesn't come with any other ones. So you're gonna put it in sideways and then turn it. That's why it has a bigger like slot right there, because it incorporates that. So turn it on and turn it, and it's secure. Like, you cannot twist it back, you can't pull it off. You have to, right here there's a button, you push the button, there you go, it lets it go. So doing it back, and then to change it into Hyper Beetle, you hold it down. And now you're in Kabuto Hyper form. And you could still use your regular clock up pad, or you can hyper clock up with the Hyper Beetle. And then pushing it again cancels it. I don't believe there's any battle sounds whenever you hold it, so we'll try that. Yeah, no, you just get that. And then, of course, to do your final attack, you do I messed that up, and I almost kind of get rid of a spoiler if you don't know about Kabuto already. So that's my fault. Let me go ahead and turn that off, turn that back on. So to do the final attack, you're supposed to hit the clock up pad first. That was my fault. I pulled it first. So you're gonna hit the clock up pad, hold down the horn. You'll hear maximum rider power. Do your 1, 2, 3, and you do your finish out the rest. So here we go. And there you go, there's another tone. So it gives you decent enough time to do your maximum ride, your rider kick and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. I really do like it. I kind of wished it would like communicate with each other, like how the Fi's belt does it. But obviously, this is a newer model. That's an older model, and the older model for the Kabuto Zecter doesn't really communicate with it. So it's fine the way it is for now. I do wish they come up with an update for this one. That way it's a lot easier to switch between forms, and you'll see what I mean by forms in a bit. But let's go ahead and give our Kabuto a break and bring in Gattack, which I think is pretty cool. So you can just take normal off like this. It does that, or you can do it when you do your put on version, and you'll see. You can do that. Boom. And he flies away. And when he flies away, Gattack comes in. So real quick, just to show you the difference between them. This is Gattack. This is Kabuto. Gattack's is actually bigger. As you can see, let me try to not block with my hands, try to line up that. Gattack is bigger and a lot heavier than the Kabuto one. And I really like the blue on this. I really do. I think it's pretty cool. But you know, I do prefer Kabuto. But I am gonna use the same belt. Just because, like I said, the Kabuto and the Gattack ones, they're the same mold and everything. Even the DX ones are the same mold. The only difference is that for Gattack, this would be blue. It's literally the only difference. So turning on the Gattack Zecter, on-off switch is going to be right here in the butt. You get, push the button while before putting it on the belt, you just get, it'll take you back. And then trying to do this, you'll hear it tells you a mistake because you're not doing it correctly. So putting it on the belt, this is what we're gonna get. That's just about it. Nothing happens when you push the button or anything. Yeah, that's just about it. And then to cast off, obviously, you and there you go. You have Gattack in his cast off form. And of course the Gattack belt that comes with it obviously has its own clock up path that makes noises. But the cool thing is that with the Hyper Zecter, I'm gonna turn it off, turn it back on real quick. Is that during a hyper battle video, Gattack got his final form, because in the series he didn't really get a final form at all. He just stayed in his base the whole time, but he does have a hyper form. Maybe it's the first canonical hyper battle video, because you know, for everything else, whenever you know they do final form cards and stuff like that, it shows Gattack in his hyper Gattack form, which was only shown in the hyper video. So I think that's pretty cool. And to achieve that, you're gonna hold it down like if you're cast off until you hear a sound. And there you go, Hyper Stag Beetle, which I think is pretty cool. And then, oh, I forgot to do his finisher, but we can do his finisher along with the maximum ride. So same thing, you're gonna push the button, hold it down to get maximum rider power. Hit your button 3 times, close and open to do your final attack. So here we go. And that's your maximum rider kick. And then obviously we can do a regular rider kick just so you can hear it without the blaring noise of the Hyper Zecter. So you'll do, and it won't make any noises until you open it. Yeah, I like Gattack's version. I like Gattack's version opening up a lot more than Kabuto's. I will have to admit that, but I still think I prefer Kabuto's, which is weird because I actually don't really like the color red. I actually like the color blue. But and then obviously you heard put on whenever you close it back like that, and then to disengage it, same thing, push the button and pull. Doesn't make any extra sounds except for that. So next, I will bring out the Hell Brothers Zecter, which will be the kick. No, not the kick hopper. The hopper Zecter. So here we have the hopper Zecter and the belt that they use to transform. Sorry, to henshin. Real quick though, I do want to say something about the belt. This is the same belt that the Zabi, Sword, and Drake all have whenever they cast off, which I think is pretty cool. Obviously, the only difference is for the kick hoppers. There's a button right here. When you push the button, I keep saying it opens up, but I keep saying kick hopper. I'm trying to say hopper Zecter. It's possibly because I like kick hopper more than I like punch hopper. So yeah, so it just opens it up, and that's where you'll slide on the Zecter. One thing that's really cool though is that there is a button right here, and that's how you'll do your clock up pads, because you clock up because you don't have any clock up pads on the side. So you will hear which I think is pretty cool. Let's hold it down to see if it makes any fighting noises like the Kabuto one. Sadly, it doesn't. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move the camera a lot closer so you can take a little look at the Zecter itself. So it's a pretty cool Zecter. It's not as heavy as the Gattack Zecter or the Kabuto Zecter or the Hyper Zecter. The only bit of like metal, like a feel in it, with Jobby's patented code touch technique, is this bar. I think it's brass maybe, but it does get code, so I know that is metal. One thing I think is cool though, you can push it up and it follows that trackpad right here. So, you know, looks like a grasshopper hopping away. So this is the kick hopper side, and this is the punch hopper side. I think it's pretty cool. You have a button right here. You can kind of see that it's erased, but you have a button right here. That's how you activate your voice lines. I don't believe there's any BMG on here, background music, but it's pretty cool. And then your on-off switch would be right there. So turning it on, you get so I think it's cool that it lights up on both sides. So, and you know, pushing the button, you will hear voice phrases. I think it's cool. It's like they're talking to each other. Sorry, So yeah, they have a lot more voice phrases, but I think it's cool. It's like they're talking to each other. So we're gonna go ahead and henshin with him. Oh, sorry. First, if you pull this forward, and you get like if it's bouncing, which I think is pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and henshin with them. We're gonna start off with punch hopper and finish off with kick hopper because I like kick hopper more. So pushing it down, opens that up, and then real quick, you be quiet. This black button right here is actually the release button for when trying to take off the Zecter. So just so you know ahead of time, so just so you're not pulling it off and breaking something. So let's go ahead and henshin. Now you change into punch hopper, and you know, you still got voice phrases here. And then to do your finish attack, you'll do this. And you do your rider punch. And of course, you can always clock up. And you probably didn't hear it, but the clock over did say it. It did say clock over while it was still doing the attack sound. So that was pretty cool. I kind of do like that it comes with voice phrases. The other 3 Zecters didn't. Even the version 1.0 and the Dark Kabuto Zecter don't come with voice phrases. But I think it's partially due to Tendo's actor and, the problem that arose between him and Toei. But I'm surprised for the Gattack Zecter that he didn't come with voice lines. Maybe they felt like it wasn't right. Or something, who knows, but hey, at least we got a Zecter that comes with voice lines, especially one that talks with itself, which I think is pretty cool. So to disengage it or to release it, you just push the button in and you slide it right off. There you go. And now we're gonna do kick hopper side. So he has more of a deeper voice who announces it. I think it's pretty cool. They also do get different announcers, or maybe it's the same person, but it sounded differently, and I think it's pretty cool. Same thing here. Whenever you're doing your finisher, you pull it forward, pull it back, and you also have voice lines. Oh yeah, him and his perfect harmony. I forgot about that. But let's do it and do the finisher. There goes your rider kick, and of course you can do it with your clock up pad. Clock up, not pad, because this one doesn't have one. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I have to say this is probably one of my favorite Zecters, just for its, I guess, difference. How different it is. It's 2 riders in one. Obviously in the show, it is 2 different Zecters. So they're not like they're sharing a Zecter. It is 2 different Zecters. But I still think it's pretty cool. I do prefer, like I said, Kick Hopper because I like his color more than I like Punch Hopper's. I don't really like its color. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I do like the belt. Makes me wish even more that we could get CSM for the other Zecters. That'd be so awesome. They don't even have to release the belt. I'd be happy since I have this one, but not everybody has the Hopper Zecters. So I don't know how they would do that, or how much more expensive it'd be. Even if, I think it'd be cool if they release the belt. It doesn't have to have the opening feature. It can be a lot more thinner because this one's pretty thick. Protrudes out. It can be a lot thinner, and all it needs is this piece, so it can do the clock up stuff. Might be a bit cheaper for them, maybe. Who knows? I don't know nothing about that, but I still think it's pretty cool. I still like the Zecters. But yeah, my final thoughts. I like them. That's why I have them. Let me go ahead and show you how to use this. Might as well right now, since I'm gonna be having them all standing. I'll lower this camera for you. So This piece is gonna go right here, like that. Put it down, because if you don't have it, he just falls over. Like, no matter how you try to balance it, he's falling over. But yeah, this is a pretty cool Zecters. I was so close to getting the version 1 Zecter until I saw that they released their pre-orders for the version 1.5. So obviously I was gonna get the newer version. I was gonna get the dark Kabuto Zecter, but from what I hear, it's exactly like its DX version. I don't know how that's a bad thing or anything, and I guess because nothing changes, just its quality. I probably will pick it up later in the future if I find it for a good cheaper price. But otherwise, I think I'll stick with these 4 CSMs. I really do hope they release the other Zecters as CSMs. I think that'd be so awesome if they do. But for now, this is how we're gonna end it. Hopefully, next video, I can review my Phys gear or my Delta gear or the Kaiser gear. Probably gonna start with Delta, then Kaiser, and then Phys, because it is the version 2, I believe, for Phys. I forget if it's version 2 or version 1.5, but I think it's 2. But yeah, it's the version 2. I'm kind of waiting for my CSM Saiga to come in, because I really like that suit. But for now, this is the video. Let me know in your comments if y'all have any of these Zecters, or if y'all would like any of these Zecters. I really think they're really awesome. I'd say they're a good pickup, especially if you can find them at a cheaper price. These 3 exactly, for example, since they're a lot older, typically they are a bit harder to find. But yeah, thank y'all for stopping by, and until the next one.